I've been blessed in my career. I've been shooting over 30 years. I stood at the North Pole. I crossed the Sahara. I've been up the Amazon. I found a leper colony there. I photographed a couple of presidents and lots of different movie stars and actors and musicians. I began my career trying to be a street photographer as a teenager in New York, trying to imitate Cartier-Bresson and Elliott Erwitt, who were early inspirations. And then later, I met W. Gene Smith when I was 17 and began really trying to focus on documentary. I ended up shooting for Time and Life and Newsweek and all the major magazines for 15 or 20 years, which is what got me around the world. You know, and all the things that I've shot in my life, and I've been really, like I started off saying, I've been really blessed and had a lot of interesting, challenging assignments and personal projects, but nothing really compares to the electrifying chaos of being in Silicon Valley during the digital revolution, when this secretive tribe of brilliant engineers, entrepreneurs, and venture capitalists invented all this stuff that runs our world today. Anything that wasn't digital became digital during this project. And I spent a lot of time at Adobe where they were finalizing Photoshop and coming up with all these desktop publishing products. You know, I was at FE Color where they were working on color space, and I was inside the different labs at IBM, and you know, I watched a lot of digital progress being made, and it unleashed a ton of creativity. Artists like David Hockney and others came to learn how to use this stuff. And I'm a traditional darkroom person, but now I don't shoot film anymore because I really love digital. So, you know, digital is just like a hammer. It's just another tool. You can build a house or you can tear it down. What happened is it unleashed creativity, and a whole new generation came up and found they could get content. And then you shift into this issue of content. So you had the invention of digital technology, you gave these tools to people, a new generation came up and figured out how to play with it and get content. At the same time, corporations began to build websites, and all these people needed content. And the price points that had been around for getting photography, for example, were untenable for these new startups. And corporations began driving the idea that content should be free or cheap. One of my very first conversations with Steve and his team was about copyright. And Steve ultimately agreed, yeah, I should have the copyright. And he signed a contract with me giving me the copyright. That was an amazing thing. People respected the rights of the artist to own the work that they created. And I think that went away because of some sort of false utopian idea that we should all share our work. So we have a lot of ideas around these new tools that, you know, may have been driven by a new idealism that we should share. And that's a great idea unless you're trying to feed your family and you're an artist. I put my kid through college, and I bought a house, and I provided security for my family. And I've been able to do a number of nonprofit projects that I can donate the proceeds to because I can make a living from my work. I think there are certain things artists need to be flexible about and consider. Perhaps the length of time is maybe that could be revised, but I think the concept worked really well since the beginning of the United States. If you take that away, you will lose a vibrant culture. You will have artists who cannot support themselves and will no longer make art. And this will ultimately be very negative for the culture. And by the way, in the world of technology, if you look at the most successful products, those products occurred at the intersection of the arts and the sciences. And Steve Jobs was the champion of this humanist idea. And those are the most profitable products. So that's where the money is. So you have to support and keep a vibrant artist community if you want to make money.